few years ago, I attended an apologetics conference. Apologetics is the defense of the Christian faith. So I began taking classes, and to my surprise, I realized that my atheist friends and I actually have something in common: faith. Now, many atheists will disagree, so let's be sure we're clear on the definition. Webster's defines faith as a strong belief in something or someone. But atheist Richard Dawkins says faith is a great cop-out, the great excuse to evade the need to think and evaluate evidence. Christians define faith based on a scripture in the Bible. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Now, to be fair, I should probably toss out the atheist and the Christian's definition and instead use Webster's. But my research and observations prove that my atheist friends, they actually live their lives by the biblical definition, because while they will demand evidence of me for my faith, they will base their beliefs on the evidence of things not seen. Now, according to the Pew Research Center, atheists look to science for answers. So let's talk about science. How about gravity? Newton's law of universal gravitation states that every mass attracts every other mass in the universe. And the gravitational force between two bodies is proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Now, gravity isn't an object. It has no physical substance. We can't see it with our eyes. But why? Because the process of sight requires visible light to be reflected on an object that hits our eyes. Then a series of nerves and electrical signals are transferred to our brain, and we see. But we can't see gravity because it's not an object. But we know gravity exists. That's probably why my atheist friends don't jump out of 40-story buildings unaided, because they believe in the evidence of gravity, like when a watermelon is dropped out of a building and crushed. Isn't that the evidence of things not seen? Let's talk about atoms, the basic building blocks of matter. In school, we're taught atoms are composed of protons, electrons, and neutrons. Now, protons carry a positive electrical charge, electrons a negative charge, and neutrons carry no charge at all. Now, the protons and the neutrons cluster together in the center of the atom, and the electrons orbit about it, like in this illustration we have in our textbooks. But remember, no one has ever actually seen an atom. The Thomas Jefferson National Accelerator Facility is one of 17 labs that is funded by the U.S. Department of Energy. Their mission is to conduct basic research of atoms' nucleus using the lab's unique particle accelerator. Now, Brian Cross is an expert. He's the chief detector engineer. Here's what he says. No one has ever seen an atom, but we've seen so much evidence of their existence that most of us believe in them. Well, what evidence? Well, according to Brian, atoms are an example of indirect evidence. He explains it this way. Because we can't see the atoms, the Jefferson Lab uses instruments to look at the behavior and the properties of the atoms. The most common method is to shoot the atoms through an easy-to-ionize gas or liquid. As the atoms or pieces of the atoms are stripped off, they're left behind, so the loose electrons are collected and then the charge is measured. Brian says it's like putting together a puzzle that's missing pieces. If you get enough pieces in the right place, you can tell what the picture is, even if it has holes. Doesn't that sound like the evidence of things not seen? That's why I've arrived at the conclusion that atheists are people of faith. They put their faith in science, the systematic study of structure and the behavior of the physical and natural world through observation and experiment. But science, by its own definition, is limited to studying structure and behavior. We know our world is incredibly ordered and complex, but science doesn't seek to answer the question, who designed the complexity and order of our world and our universe? Why does a thirst for knowledge stop here? Remember, Dawkins the atheist himself said, faith is a great excuse to evade the need to think and evaluate evidence. So why does the atheist refuse to evaluate the evidence for the designer, the creator? So it's really not a matter of faith, is it? But a matter of who or what one chooses to put their faith in. The atheist places their faith in science. The Christian also marvels at the complexity of the universe, but we put our faith in the God who created the physical and natural world. So now that we know we share the common ground of faith, I hope my atheist friends will courageously examine the evidence of God the Creator. Albert Einstein said, "The more I study science, the more I believe in God."